Hey guys, and how's it going? Maniac Mower here. Previously on the channel, we have been working on my 1969 John Deere 112 patio. In the last video, we painted some shrouds for it and got some things done, talked about the engine. Made a last second decision today, and I kind of didn't film it. Decided I wanted to make a mower deck for the patio, as you guys can see. So I've painted a wheel bracket right here. I've got those right there, the draft plate, and I've got a deck cover. I know the deck cover doesn't look very good, but it'll look a lot better on the second and third coat. But that's just the bottom side. Plan is, I had a mower deck upstairs that was bent, this one right here, and it's just rusted out and it's no good. So I thought we'll bring a little bit of beauty back to it. I'm going to put a cover on it. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to mow with it. I'm not going to have spindles on it. It's just going to be a shell. It's going to go on the patio, and it's just going to be on there for looks. That way the patio has an attachment with it. I might make a snowplow for it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. I just thought it would look really cool, and it would draw a lot more attention if it had a mower deck. So I might end up leaving these two spindles that are on it on there right now. I don't know. All I know is it's not going to have spindles. It's just going to be a deck shell with wheels. Quick question for you guys. I've got a couple of steel deck wheels, steel rims for the patio mower deck. Unfortunately, they have no rubber. Does anybody know where I can find some tires for these rims? I also think this one right here is a factory John Deere rim, and that one right there is not. I think that might be a wheel horse. So if anybody does, please let me know. The rubber came off of both of them. I ended up taking it off. That one over there was cracking and shattering. This one here was already busted. I just grabbed a screwdriver and pried it off. I do have another wheel I was thinking about using, but I don't have a mate for it. This one right here. I had thought about using this one, paint this white, or just take the rubber off of this and put it on those rims. But I don't have another tire like this, and I had also thought about painting this white. And I'm sure you've probably noticed it. Yes, the tow motor has moved from over there to here. It has been out of propane. I know it's been setting for a while, and that's why. It hasn't really had enough propane in it to do anything with it. I have been starting it and running it. I was going to bring that pallet of mower decks down. I've got this one over there, but I brought it over here and it just went and out of propane, and that was it. So that's where this is where it's going to set. We're going to get propane for it here soon, so hopefully I'll be able to use it again. I've been using the Bobcat lately, and the Bobcat's not as fun or as good. So here is the tire. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. If I am, I need to find another one like it. So there you go. This is the mower deck I have chose to use. That one over there is for the 73, and these two are dummies. So dummies as in no good. Well, that one's good, but this one over here is not. So that's going to go on the 208. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to pull the spindles out of this deck. I want to take that wheel off of it. I want a wire wheel inside of here. I think I'm going to paint it black inside of the deck, or white. And then on the outside, I'm going to paint the outside of the deck white. I want it to look like a patio deck, so that's what we're going to do with it. It's going to look like a patio deck. It's going to be painted like a patio deck, and it's going to have a deck cover over it, so you won't even be able to tell there's no spindles in there unless you look underneath. And I think that's ready for its next coat. So I'm going to put another coat on this. After I do that, I'm going to put a coat on this. After that, those have already been coated, so they're ready. So let me put you guys in the stand. We'll put a coat of paint on this and then go from there. I think I'm just going to do 2 coats on this. I'm not worried about this side. This side you're not ever going to see, so what's it matter? The other side is the side of beauty. And then down here, we got these. We got dumber and dumbest to do. Dumb, dumber, dumbest. One coat on this and we'll be done. Those are done. They're just sitting there drying. Then after they're done drying, I'll do the other side of them. So, I'm not quite worried about this side of that shroud. I'm probably just going to go on ahead and flip it over now and start painting the other side. Yeah, let's do that. It's still wet, but I'm not worried about this side at all. This side's going to be hidden and under, so what's the matter? I did clean this side up with the wire wheel, for those of you wondering. I just kind of skimmed over it a little bit to get rid of some of the rust. So it does have rust holes in it. It's not going to be perfect. So this is Rust-Oleum. This is meant to paint over rust, so I don't think it'll have a problem, but... And I did clean it up, if you can't tell, with the wire wheel. I scratched it up, so... Grab my cutoff wheel and just cut all the bolts. I was tired of it. However, this spindle don't want to fall out, so we're going to see if we can persuade him a little bit to fall out. Let me pull. Ready? There we go. I wanted to pull that bolt out, but it wasn't going to happen. So here we go. He's out. Let me get both them spindles off there, and then we'll flip it over and see what we need to do next. Well, I finished cleaning up that mower deck, and the camera battery went on me, so I just kind of brought it in here. I'm not going to make it perfect underneath. I'm just kind of going to go quickly over it. That way I know that it's not going to rust out completely. Here it is right here. I haven't painted the outside shell yet. I'm going to do that next. After this coat in here dries, just going to flip it over and get started on it. I'm probably going to do a little bit more inside, up there where the rust is. It's not perfect underneath, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be good enough so it's not going to rust. Over here, here's the shell. The top of the shell, as you can see, it turned out nice. The holes, you got those, what you guys see, the blacks are rust holes. Here's some rust holes, there's some rust holes, so it's not perfect, but it'll do. So here is the one of the deck wheel pieces. I just brought it in here and painted it. I'm really sorry, you guys. I know I've been showing the whole process, but I've been kind of in a hurry lately to get this tractor done. And recently I just decided I wanted a mower deck for it. So I wanted to get started on it and get it done. That way I know it is done and ready to go. So there you go. Just a little bit of an exclamation for you guys. So I think I am going to end up doing another coat under here. Then after I do that next coat, should be okay. Then we can flip it over and start on the top. Guys, I got all that stuff done and painted. It's not in here anymore. It's in the house drying right now. I want to apologize to you guys. I know I didn't film very much of it, but when you start getting into it and you start working on something, painting it up, and you're in a hurry to get it done. I wasn't really in a hurry, but I just wanted to get it done. You kind of sometimes think doing the camera is a little overrated. So I just kind of started painting on things and just finishing them up. So everything's in the house currently. I actually finished last night. I took everything in to dry and just kind of warm up for a while. So tomorrow it's supposed to be 50 degrees out, so I'm going to bring everything back out. Actually, I think it's supposed to be 60 degrees tomorrow. I'm not sure. But everything's in the house. Here's them steel deck wheels. A friend of mine says he's got some wheels he might give me for these, so we'll see. I don't know. I doubt it, but I guess we'll see. So, but yeah, everything for that is painted. It's all in the house. Here's some, I think these are extra bolts. And then over there's another deck wheel. So I don't know what we're going to do. If we don't end up getting that, I'll have to think of something. I mean, we could even just get away with using those wheels right there, and maybe I need to find another one of these wheels. These are actually pretty nice. Cover the rubber up and paint them white. That's probably what I'll end up doing. He says that they're primed. He was going to paint them, but he never did. So I'm going to tape off. I need to get some more paint. Speaking of, I'm out. I finished off my paint last night. I didn't even finish the mower deck. But take some tape and tape this wheel off. Then after I tape that wheel off, paint inside of here and paint this all white. Or even on them other rims, paint them all white. Tape the tires off, and then after that, those should be done good and ready to go onto the tractor after we put them on there. I don't know if the patio has deck lift brackets or not. We actually need to find out about that, because if it doesn't, then I need to clean some up and paint them. I think it does. I remember painting deck brackets for it, but I don't remember if I put them on there or not. I know it had lift linkage. The lift linkage is currently on the 208 right now because I needed it. I'm probably going to start snow plowing with it. I don't know how much more snow we're supposed to get, but I figured, well, I better put it on something I'm going to use instead of leaving it on something that's just going to set. So it's on the 208 currently, and when I take the patio to shows, I'll probably end up putting that rear lift linkage on it too. Take it off the 73, put it on the rear link, put it on the patio. I wish I had a sleeve hitch. That would be awesome. If I had a sleeve hitch for the patio as well, I could throw on there, and another set of rear linkage I could paint specifically for the patio. But that's fine. It looks okay. It's going to have a mower deck finally, so it's got something to hick and brag about. And I know you guys don't want to see these. You want to go see the painted stuff in the house. Let's go look at the patio here quick and find out if it has mower deck brackets on it or not. Let's go take a look at this patio and see if it's got deck brackets on it or not. I don't think it does. If it doesn't, I'll have to paint some for it. Go right there. I love uncovering this tractor. Especially after all the work we've put into it and just seeing it done. And then I'm going to have to find a better way to fit it back here now because it's going to have that mower. Well, actually it may not be too terrible at all to put it back under there because the trailer doesn't go down any right here. So all I got to do is watch out for, yeah, I think I could keep putting it back here once I get that deck on it. Let's pull this guy out. Come on. Come on out. There you go. I'm keeping an eye out around me. I don't want to scratch it. There you go. Does it have deck brackets? Yes, yes it does. Oh, thank God. Good, it does. Okay, so that's one less thing we need to do. I told you guys it had deck brackets. I figured it had deck brackets, so that's one less thing that we need to do. So all we need to do now is put the deck underneath of it, and on a warm day, take it out and get the engine all set up and put together, drop the engine in, and I do actually want to wash that engine first. Now that I think about it, it'd probably be a good idea to take it out and wash it to get all the grease off of it. Then after we do that, should be good to go. I don't know if I'm going to put a fuel pump on it or not. I was thinking about that yesterday, if I want to put a fuel pump on the motor or not, because the motor doesn't have a fuel pump. And I don't have a fuel pump for it at the moment, so I do have a few covers that I could put on there though, so that's what I've been thinking about doing, just covering it up and running a line straight from the gas tank to the carburetor, because it's on enough of a slope, I'd say I could, but I don't know, like I said, I've never had very good luck doing it that way, but if we can do it that way, then we can do it that way. So that's how the 140s are. I think that is going to be it for right now until we go in and look at the painted stuff. The deck didn't turn out very well. I'm going to end up having to do a little bit of work on it, but the cover turned out pretty good. The deck didn't turn out very good because it was rusted through like you guys saw earlier, and I did scratch it up a bit though to get the paint to stick to the metal. And none of the paint stuck through at all. It just kind of, there was a lot of pitting I noticed in that deck. Even outside of where that cover was, there's a lot of pitting in that deck. So it kind of, with the white paint it showed. I'm just going to say that. So I'm probably not going to keep that deck. I'm probably going to look for a deck that's already patio white, or find another deck, I guess, here at some point. All I wanted it for was just to show. But that's all, so I guess I'm not too worried about it. Put a belt under there for the mule drive and be good to go. So let me put this back. I'm going to go ahead and cover the tractor back up with with my blankets. And then after I do that, we're going to go in the house and look at that painted stuff. For those of you wondering, I was sitting here covering up the tractor and I just thought about this. For those of you wondering about the deck, if it's actually a patio deck or not, I don't know. It is not a patio deck. I don't know if they actually made patio decks or not. When I say patio decks, I mean tags. The deck is off of a 77-212. It's the one that I have already. This deck was all rusted out, so I thought this would be a good candidate to use. Stop the rust from going any further, and it'd be just a shell. So it's not a patio deck, it's actually a 77 John Deere deck. I don't know if there's a way to tell if it's actually a John Deere deck or not, so I think the tag says it, but I don't think the tag says it, so alright. Just wanted to get that out of the way now before people asked. Here's the painted stuff. You can see up here the deck's not completely done. I ran out of paint. You can see the yellow right there. And over here is the other painted stuff. Don't that look good? Next time you see it, it'll be done. So we are going to go on ahead and get the engine dressed up and ready to go. Everything is done except for the engine. I just need to get the engine done, put together, dropped in the tractor, fire it up, run it. The mower deck's in the house right now. I'm leaving it in there. It's 40 degrees out right now. I'd like it to get in the 50s or 60s in order to bring it out, because it's around that temperature in the house. I think I am going to go on eBay and I am going to just order a whole set of points. Get a whole bunch of points and condensers because I need some points. The 2/16 points are gone bad and I need some points for this. This motor over here has points. This is our parts donor today for that engine, watch the next video is going to be, I want to get this motor running, so let's get it running. This is going to be our parts donor right here. This is out of a, I think it's a 76 212. It's a 12 horse Kohler. It's got a carburetor on it. It's got everything that we need. I don't know what else. So we're going to steal pieces off this. It does not have a fuel pump, unfortunately. So we're going to steal pieces off that. And I got a few K181s back here. This guy right here has one of those covers we need, so we're going to steal it off of him. That engine needs a head gasket, but I don't really think that I'm going to put the time into it because I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I just don't want to order a fuel pump right now. Well, I do have a fuel pump sitting right there, but that is for an 8 horse. So I just want to put something on. I have a few junk fuel pumps, come to think of it. Maybe we could cobble one together. So throw one of them on here just for looks. And then up here at the business end, got a carburetor. I'd probably just run a line from the carburetor up to the fuel tank. I'm not worried about it. This motor's not probably going to run long enough to really need a lot of fuel, so it'll probably just go out and it'll be ran every so often, then it'll be put away. So I'm not that terribly worried about it. It's got a good stator on it, I know that. I don't think this will get in the way of our governor, but we'll find out. Points, like I said before. So I'm just going to throw a junk fuel pump together. I just now thought of that, and I like that idea better than my original idea. Looks like you get to keep your cover for now. So let me go on ahead and do that here fast. I'm just going to grab one and do that, and then after I've done that, I think we'll take this. I want to take this, get some soapy water and just scrub it. Get a toothbrush and just scrub this engine. I want to clean it up. It's greasy and grimy and dirty. I just want to get all the dirt off of it and clean it up, make it look nice. That way it's not leaving a mess on my tractor. And people can look at the motor and say, wow, that motor's clean. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll end up, and who knows, maybe we'll end up painting it. I do want to paint this right here. I'm probably going to end up painting that white. I'm probably going to end up painting the block too, because at some point red paint got onto the motor. The head gasket on this engine is blown. You can see it right there especially. So right there, over here, all around. It needs a head gasket. I just haven't took the time to see, it's blown here too. I just haven't took the time to mess with it. This motor's not going to run very much. It's just kind of going to be there and then be put away. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about it. So let me get a fuel pump put on it or something just to cover that hole. And then after I do that, we'll take it out, give it a good wash. And then we'll put the tins on it and we'll bring the patio over and we'll drop the motor in. They say to pick your poison, and I think I have picked my poison. This head. This base. Well, maybe we'll take a plastic base. Match our head. Where is that set of points? A condenser. Do we have a spark plug? No, we don't. Well, we got a spark plug. Wow, and all I'm trying to find is a plastic base for my fuel pump. Oh, that don't have the pump in it, I see. But here's a pump. Conveniently, right here. We just take it, stick it in. There we go. This base, I think this base is no good. Yeah, this base is no good, unfortunately. So we'd be better off putting a thing in there instead, but oh well, this guy works. So take our top, don't matter which way it goes, take our top, put it on there and screw it in. Oh, and before I forget, the gasket, 2 screws. Where's the other 2 screws? They're over here on this table. I know they are. Well, it's not going to be pumping fuel, so I guess if we can get away with 2 screws, I guess. It's not going to be pumping any fuel. I'd hope. Oh, and before we forget, we might as well just throw the gasket on there after all, since we've got one. Take the internal out and just use this. We don't need the internal part. There we go. It's not going to be pumping anything, like I said. It's just going on there as a little piece to keep stuff from getting into the engine and to keep oil from flying out of it. And now we need a screwdriver. I have one. Flathead. No big deal. See? Just take that. Oh shit. Hopefully, I just now thought of it, hopefully oil doesn't go into the pump. I don't think it will. I think there's a seal in there, but if there's not, at the same time, oh well. As long as it doesn't shoot through the pump, I'll be fine. When I say shoot through the pump, I mean go in and come out the 2 ports. As long as it don't do that, we'll be fine. So that's screwed in. Now we need to get you lined up with that hole right there. Cool. Send this bolt down and tighten it up. Come on. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have grabbed a plastic base. Oh, great. It's not going to be pumping any fuel, so I'm not worried about it. I just want to get these on there just in case oil goes up in. I doubt it will, but yeah, I think I'm gonna need a plastic one of those. I guess if we just tighten the one down, or even put this over here, there we go. Feels like it's trying to find the hole. I don't know if it is really or not, but whatever. One screw is all we need. Yeah. This one's not threading. I don't think it's over the hole anymore. which is right there. So, I mean, whatever. It don't matter to me. It just needs to be good enough to keep oil from getting in. So, again, who cares? Okay, so now take you out of here. I ain't worried about it, so you guys shouldn't be worried about it either. If I'm worried about it, it's something to worry about. However, if I'm not worried about it, then oh well, who cares? Really all it is and if oil comes out of it, then I guess we'll take it and we'll do the plug or get a pump for it. I'd like to get a plug. There we go. Take care. Put it on there, and then nobody's gonna know. Nobody needs to know either that we did this. Although, however, they'll see just one thing there and probably get suspicious. There we go. And we'll switch to our flathead because we can't decide which one we want. Tighten this guy. Now, I don't know if these points are good. I would say they might be okay. We'll just throw these on here for now. That way it's got something on there and it can hold the plunger in. You know, I'm probably going to end up taking those points off that other motor and putting them on the T16. How much this motor is going to run, it don't matter what the points look like, honestly. Just adjust them, and if it wants to run, it'll run. If it doesn't, then we'll find out why. Okay, where is there? No, maybe not. Damn it. Where are you at? There you are. Go on. Oh, that might be in as far as that wants to go. Yeah, that is kind of a long screw, don't you think? Let's try this guy again. We'll put you in first. And after you go in, we'll make a new plan. I want to say we could chop that one up. Make it shorter, but there we go. Let's see what we have in our little goodie box. We got nuts and washers. Let's see if one of these will fit. Damn it. Okay. Nope, apparently not. So, okay. That washer would have probably worked. So we're going to need to find a shorter screw, unless we can find a big enough washer. Damn it. That'd be awesome. Found a little rubber washer, little rubber for a nail. One of them roofing nails I have. So we're going to see if this works as a washer. Now obviously when I crush down on it, it's going to crush down, but I just want to see. Maybe it'll end up doing what I want. Let's see. Okay, right there. So I need another one. Maybe 2 or 3. And after 2 or 3, we might be able to get it to at least do something. Grab another one. I'm just going to try 2. It'll hold it on there. Sure, it'll be rubber, but it'll move around. It'll hold it. Should hold it on there enough for it to do what I want it to do. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that'll hold. Now we need to tighten the top one down. And then after we tighten this top one down, we should be able to... There we go. There we go. Nice and tight. Let's turn it till the points open. Grab my feeler gauges and test that. Grab my feeler gauges. Let's see what size this gap is. That's 20. That's definitely not 20. That's really big. Right there. Flip that around. That's a little bit loose, but oh, that's definitely too loose. Let's try this guy again. Here, I got a better idea. Bring it in the top. Come on. There we go, that's better. I might want to do that again. Because it closed up on my points. Let's do this. There we go. Come on. This brace wants to move. And there we go. Now it wants to work. Does it? Yeah, now it does. Awesome. That might be 20 right there. Yep. Now we have it at 20. Let's watch it. Let it close. Let it open. Yep, that's 20. Awesome. What do you guys adjust your points to? I've always adjusted them to 20, but sometimes I've had problems adjusting them at 20, so I open them more or open them less. What do you guys normally adjust your points to? Do you adjust them to 20 or do you adjust them to 19 or 18 or 17? Because I've got points on the 216 and I have them adjusted at 20, dead on 20, where it's a little bit tight. And the engine ends up knocking. You run it for a while and it gets hot. When it starts to get hot to the operating temperature, the engine will start to sound like it's seizing up and it'll start knocking until you throttle it down or take the load off of it and it'll be fine. But you have to throttle it down and take the load off of it for it to be fine. So, what do you guys adjust your points to? Because I'm adjusting them to 20, but I seem to be having a little bit of trouble. Now, those points might be wore out too at the same time, so I'm not going to say it's not the points. But, so, these are adjusted. I have these at 20 where I want them. They open still and they close, so that's good. What I want to do is I'm going to go on ahead and get a bucket and I'm going to fill it with soapy water, and I'm going to go outside, get the hose, and we're going to give this engine a good bath. I'm going to stuff something in the carburetor intake and also the exhaust, that way no water gets into the engine. And after I do that, we'll bring it back in, we'll let it dry. Then we'll go after it again and see if we can get the tins on it and get this motor ready to go. Grab your wrench and a screwdriver. Let's get this carburetor off of here. Get it into the ultrasonic cleaner while that was loose. Then after we do that, it should be ready to go. I'm going to take this governor arm, I think, off and put it on that engine over there. Gonna have to look for some screws, it appears. The ones that hold the air filter assembly on. Actually, I do have some, never mind. I think I have some, if I didn't use them. There we go. Cool. keep these with this engine since they came out of it. And I think we've already got it set for that motor over there. Let's go over there and continue on from here. You guys haven't seen the ultrasonic cleaner in a while, have you? No gas? I figured there was none. I figured there might have been a little bit, but 9/16. It's been a while since we've seen the ultrasonic cleaner in a video. It's been a while since I've had a carburetor apart. I got a lot to do. I got to pull the one off that 212 over there and do a few other carburetors around here, so. Oh, that's already a pleasant sign. Yeah, I didn't think it would. There we go. So I imagine the gasket might. Ooh. Ew. I don't think this is going to be reusable. Unless we're lucky. This is stuck. Yeah. This has to be the second worst carburetor I have ever seen. But luckily, we can bring it back. We'll get this gasket out of here if we can without ruining it. You know what? Let's get what we can off of here, then we'll throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Sometimes putting them in the ultrasonic cleaner will clean them up and get them to want to move for you. So if we can't move something, oh well. We'll just throw it back in the ultrasonic and go from there. Yeah. So take this guy out right here. This is, well, that might be wore out. Hopefully it's not. That looks pretty good. It looks a lot better than I expected, seeing the float bowl like it is. This one I might just completely take it apart all the way. Oh, that's a problem. Take it completely apart all the way, and we're going to have to because of that, so I guess we might as well. So now that this wants to move, let's see if we can get that guy out of there. Hopes aren't very high on this carburetor now that I'm really sitting down and looking at it. I was hoping it would save me from having to buy a brand new carburetor for it, but I don't know if my luck is going to be that good. Yeah, that's stuck. Damn. Well, looks like it's starting to turn, but not to me. I can't tell. I think we're just mauling it more than anything, so. No, maybe it is coming. It is turning. Look at that. Hang on, I gotta find it again. It seems like it's turning. I can't. What way were we looking at it earlier? We were looking at it like this, right? I need a different screwdriver, bigger one. Try this guy first, and if he doesn't work, then it definitely seems like it's turning, but it's being a pain more than anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna let it soak. I don't want to maul that jet, but I think that if we don't quit, we're going to. Let's try tightening it. Let's just put it in there like it is. We're going to have to do something different about this too. Let's see if we can get this. I know I said I wasn't going to try and fool with it yet, but I think we might be able to get it out. Maybe be able to get it out. Yeah, I don't have much hope in this gasket anymore because it seems like it's starting to have issues. There, we got it. Well, I don't know. We might be able to reuse it. We might be just better off grabbing a different one too at the same time. Just to try and loosen this up a little bit here. Oh, a little bit. I want to see if that will move. It looks like it might be. Don't go crazy with this. This is a nylon mallet. I'm not going to hit it very hard. I'm just trying to get this piece right here to come out a little. I'm not going to hit it hard. Don't do this. I think this carburetor is pretty much done anyway, so I think at this point we might as well just it yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I had a smaller bit. I'm looking for another one of these. I wish I had a smaller drill bit. That would probably be the best way to go. It looks like it moved a little bit, might have, but I don't have very high hopes in it. Let me grab something else, try something a little bit different method to get this out of here. Man, Jesus Christ, shut up! Let's see. I felt it go. There it goes. It went just a second ago. It did move, so it's not terribly stuck. Let me go find something better to use. Maybe something a little bit smaller than that. Let's try this. I'm not going to go very hard on this. However, I do feel it going. Yep, look at that. Awesome. We got it. How much you guys want to bet this don't float? Wow, I figured that would be more stuck. So far it seems like the only thing we haven't been able to get is that main jet. I want to get that. That's 3/8. I want to get this off here too. Wow, that's on there tight. Actually, I think that's a 9. Yeah, might be. There it goes. Okay, so let's get this guy off of here. Yeah. Too big. I'm starting to think it's a 7/16. I don't think it's half, but half seems like it's got a good grip on it. Let me grab a 7/16. Grabbed a 7/16. I'm going to go on ahead and just say the 7/16 is the way to go, because it seems like it grips on there the tightest. Cool. I've always done it with a 1/2 inch or a pair of pliers, so that works. Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm going to have to pull this out of here anyway, so we might as well just do it now. So that way, if we end up in trouble, good. They moved. Let's try this one. See if this one wants to move, which it does. Good. Make this into a quick tip Tuesday. How to change the choke setup in your carburetor, in your Kohler K-Series carburetor. I could do that, because it seems like all the carburetors nowadays are wrong when you get them. They're all set up for a 100 series where you want one for a 200 series. Oh, damn it. I might have just screwed myself. That one's thinner. Let's go with this one. Wish that there was a thing holding that. So yes, if we're lucky, when this comes out, either we're going to have to use different screws, or we might be able to use these screws. I don't know if I really want to or not. I'm going to have to swap that. Anyway. The reason I'm pulling this is I have to swap that arm. The 1 and 200 series, K-Series, have different throttle choke arms. The 200 series have an arm that goes out back like this. The 100 series goes out to the front and has a little lip on it. So this has the wrong one on it. So for those of you wondering, that's why I am changing this. This is going on a patio 110 or 112, where this came off of a 80, I think it was a 70, I think it was a 76 212 that this came off of. Might have been earlier, might have been later. I thought, I don't remember. I got the shroud still. I can probably run the tag and find out what year. Although, yet again, I don't know if this carburetor is original or not, because the original carburetors, I think, were Walbro. This isn't a Walbro. This is a, looks like an aftermarket one, but at the same time, I think the carburetors changed in the years, so I don't know. It seemed like every year they were doing something different. Okay, yeah, there's that little ball. Cool. Leave that sit there on the bench. There should be a spring in there. There's our spring. Set that there. Those can sit there and wait. Actually, we'll put these over here with the screws. They can sit there and wait. We'll run this through. dump this bowl. Is there anything else we want to take off this? I'd like to get that main jet out of there, but I don't see that happening. I think it turned. It looks like it turned, but I don't know. There's no real way to tell. So, oh well, I guess. We're going to have to leave that one. I'm going to turn this in. Do I want to turn this in or just leave it alone? Leave it alone. I was going to turn that in, that way the throat would stay open. Okay, so that's good, that's good, that's good. Oh, we want to pull the, I want to pull that out. Let me grab a socket real quick so I can get that out of there. Grabbed a socket, 10 millimeter. All of you who lost your 10 millimeter, I'm going to brag for a minute. Let's grab this. Wow, that came loose easy. Way easier than I expected. There we go. That drops out. That looks good to me. Cool. Now we have everything. We should have everything. So I'm going to drop this in the ultrasonic. And after I do that... And also, Mike is getting an ultrasonic cleaner. Finally. So now he doesn't have to beg me to bring mine over and use it. So, that's good. Oh, put this in there. I don't want to put that in there. This isn't the one that we're going to be using, so this is what they should look like right here. Actually, hold on a minute. That's the wrong one. Huh, interesting. Or this, right here. Or this. Hold on a minute. Why? Those are... That's weird. Why is that upside down? Huh. Interesting. That's the second one I've seen like that. Here's how they should be. Like that. That's how they should be right there. And then that's unchoked. That's choked. So I don't understand why it was the other way with those two. That's weird. I doubt any of my other ones in here are like that. So, okay. Now that everything is in our basket, ready to go, let's go on ahead and drop this into the ultrasonic cleaner. I bet you that float's not going to float. And it is. Cool. Alright. You guys ready? Let's let the chicken cook. While we wait for soup to finish cooking, I figured we'd come over here and take a look at this. I need to get the spindle off of here, and I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. Bring you guys along and get it off here. So let's take a look at this guy. wings though.
Yeah, you're paying for a new one. If you can't find that one.
I'm paying for it. There we go. I think I saw where it went.
I'll take that up to the career center tomorrow and see if they can, you know, thread it again for a 3/8.
I think I saw where that key went, hopefully. After 3 hours of looking, I found it.
That's a lie, it was like 10 minutes.
Shut up, you gotta make it more exciting. See? Here. Take the key!
I gotta find my other.
Now, if you lose it, it's your problem.
Well, I lost the other one, so.
Oh well. Okay, so I think that is it for this. Now we can go back to our projects. Let's go on ahead and pull this out of here. Float is still floating. So take that up front, blow it out with the air compressor, and after we do that, we should be good. Don't know how well you all can hear me, but I've got a choke cable in the ultrasonic cleaner right now. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. I'm probably just going to time lapse it, so.
I don't know where I'm going, but I don't want to know. A predictable life is not what I want. Putting one foot down, one step at a time. Let the road turn, that's just fine. People ask all the questions to box you in, to classify your life with the stroke of a pen. Take those old rules, crumple them and throw them out. We're burning that box right now. Mold breakers, movers and shakers, don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers, don't ever silence your voice. If you think you were made just to blend right in, to avoid big mistakes or to tally your sins, you might get to the end doing nothing wrong, to find you never lived at all. Mold breakers, movers and shakers, don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers, don't ever silence your voice. So take them all back now. Compromises were made, so we'll never fall. Fear disguises being realistic. Yeah, we're stepping out.
It's a little bit later, but the ultrasonic is, or the engine's dry, the ultrasonic's still running. Let's get this guy put on here. Once we get him put on, we're going to put the governor arm on. I did take the governor arm off of that other engine. I did not film it. The battery on the camera was starting to go dead, so I just let the next one charge. Once the next one was charged, I threw it in the camera, and that's how it went. I don't have another screwdriver around here that I can use. Oh. There we go. Grab our half-inch nut. There was a half-inch sitting here. This is a 9. Yeah. Half-inch wrench. Go on ahead and snug it rest of the way. There we go. There we go. When I say Quick Tip Tuesday, I'm talking about adjusting the governor linkage on here, showing how to adjust the governor linkage. The engine looks a lot nicer. I should have took this governor arm out and cleaned it, since it's going on our nice clean engine. Maybe I will later. But looks pretty good. Looks can be deceiving, however. Put you there. They always go on there a pain. I don't understand why. I don't want to lose the little clip that holds this arm on, so I'm being careful and trying not to. Because once those fall, they're a pain in the ass. There we go. Cool. So now what I'm going to do, I have a pair of pliers, turn that all the way. Grab our pliers, grab our governor shaft, turn it all the way, open the carburetor all the way, check this again, make sure it's open all the way, and it is. And grab our thing and try to tighten this down. Wrong size. I want 7/16, not 12 millimeter. Cool, that's done. Take that, tighten that down. I'd say we've probably got it tight enough now. We can go on ahead and start tightening this bolt up here. Other 7/16 wrench. And give it like that. There we go. That's tight. So there we go. Now all I need to do is, I guess, go on eBay and source some linkage. The one that goes down here goes from here to there. I could even just grab one of them that mounts to the shroud and run it that way if I wanted to, but I don't know, whichever one is cheaper, I guess. And I've already got the one that mounts to the shroud, so I could just do that. So let me go on there. I'll see if I can get one of these, and I might even look for one of these. Either get a fuel pump or just get something to clog that off. I don't know. We'll see. I'll bring you guys back. Got that starter mounted onto the tractor, the engine. Let's go on ahead and test it and see if it works. Ready? I'm going to up the voltage a little smidge. Ready? Awesome. Turns over nice. What a good starter. So now I guess I actually might end up putting this starter on the 73. So now what we need to do is I think all that we need to do now is just mount it into the tractor and that's it. Well guys, a little bit of an update for you guys. I ended up finding another can of white paint and I painted the front of this deck. I got a little bit of paint on this little guide wheel, but I think that it won't be noticeable. Hopefully, we'll get lucky. There's not a lot of paint on it and it's not really something I'm worried about. I found another can of white paint and I painted the front of this, so now there's no more yellow. However, I know I did most of it off camera, but I did save some for you guys. I didn't completely put it together. I still have some pieces to put on here. Yes, I know you guys noticed the tractors are all back. We've got them over there, the 200 series, and I've got the 100 series over here. The patio and the round fender are up in the front building. The 69 is over there as well. The 112. You guys ain't seen that on the channel for a while. So let's go on ahead. We're going to go on ahead and mount these arms onto the deck. I don't know what I'm going to do for deck wheels yet, so I'm probably just going to half-ass put them on there just so they're on there. So let me put you guys in the stand. I'm gonna put you guys in the stand. We'll come over here and we'll tighten this top cover down and we'll put the arms on, put everything on it we need to, and after we do that, bring the patio over here and mount it. I know I have a few things to confess. First off, that and that are not the ones that I painted for this tractor. They're still sitting on the hood of the 68. Those two had tires on them, so I grabbed them. I'm gonna get some steel rims here later on. And also, the patio has an engine sitting in it. It's just sitting in it. I put the shrouds on it yesterday. I did all that off camera just to get it done. Yes, the tractor does have an engine in it right now. I put that in there yesterday. It's just sitting in there. I didn't do that on camera, so you guys didn't miss anything. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go on ahead and mount this deck underneath of it. So let me set you guys up somewhere and I'll get the deck mounted under here. Look at that. Goes up, goes down. I am going to adjust it a little bit. I don't quite like how low it goes. Well, I guess that will turn. Alright. That's stuck, I guess, so it'll just always be up. So I'm gonna put this tractor back. I want to say we can end the video here, but again, we really didn't do much. I guess it's just little update videos. I think in the next video, I want to get the engine running and maybe driving, maybe. Don't know, don't quote me on that. I'm trying to think of what else we need to do before this thing can run, and I think that's where we are now, is just the engine and decals. So, well, I'm just gonna go on ahead and end it here unless there's something else I can think of I want to do. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I apologize about the short video, but it's a little bit of an update, and we got a deck finished and ready to go for it. I'm going to be completely honest, this deck is not permanent. I'm not going to keep it, hopefully. It's temporary, but it's also permanent. Didn't do a very good paint job on it. It really didn't clean up like I wanted it to. There's a lot of pitting in it, and it's bent. I'm sure you could tell in the video it was bent, so not a very good deck. I don't know what I want to do with it, but for right now it's going to work. So that's it, and take care.